Welcome back to the BeBall Jones podcast. Your gracious host, the BeBall Jones, simply a basketball trainer. Let us talk about cartoons, anime, a little bit of hoops, man. I am, of course, joined by my co-host, overseas pro, former two-time DPOY holding it down, Nelson Haskin. As an overseas pro, he understands this game we talking about right now. So, of course, he hooped in America. He's an American, but then he went overseas and he started doing his thing now. So he understands the culture of what goes over there in different aspects. And this whole series we've been doing has been a breakdown of like, man, what if we just ran through and combined different races and different demographics to make the most ultimate Olympics tournament possible? This is part 3 of this. Technically part 4, but really part 3 of this. Today we are tackling the Europeans. And there's so many of them. Nelson like, hey bro, we got to split it up. It's too many of them. If you want to we really get nitty gritty, split up in two sides. Got Eastern and Western. So that's what we're tackling today. Before we did white Americans, we did mixed guys. We did Team Canada, with the whole continent of Africa. We did islands, South America, and something we call the others. So it's like people that didn't have enough to make one full team to really be a talented competing team. We split these guys or put them together to make one solid group, one full team. That's what we did for this one. So today we are covering Eastern and Western European teams. So as the resident overseas pro expert on this podcast, Nelson, I need you to help me break down how we separated Eastern European teams and Western European teams.
Okay. So, a lot of y'all might not be familiar with what's considered Eastern and Western Europe. So I'll try to explain it best I can. But Western Europe, I mean, obviously it's determined a lot by directions of East and West, but it's also more about historical relevance and stuff like that. Because East and West have drastic differences in culture a lot of times. So that's kind of something that separates them a lot too. But Western Europe is a lot of what we mostly as Americans, at least most of us know. So uh Western Europe, we would consider Portugal, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, Austria, uh Ireland, Finland, Sweden, those countries, the Netherlands, Belgium. We would consider those Western Europe. So anybody on these teams is gonna be from some of those countries, one of those countries. Eastern Europe, those are like your Balkan countries and your Baltic countries near that's meaning Balkan Sea, Baltic Sea. So that's more of your Serbia's, Lithuania, any of those countries that kind of sound like that. Serbia, Lithuania, Macedonia. Uh, I'm trying to think. Bu- Serbia, Lithuania, Macedonia, Romania, Poland, Ukraine, those kind of countries are Eastern Europe. So the teams we labeled Slovenia, they're going to be considered Eastern Europeans. And we thought it best to break it down and separate them by those two uh, because it was almost a little overpowered to use all of these different countries in one team. And a lot of good players are going to get left off doing that. So we thought it best to separate them into two different teams, and they're still going to be good teams from what we see. So we thought this is the best way to do it. But with that being said, you want to start with the Eastern Europeans?
Yeah, man, let's kick it off with the East side, man. So
East side.
let's start off with, I think it's going to be a interesting conversation, man. So we're going to keep running with the theme how we did before. Who would you say the first overall pick is for the Eastern Europes?
They got to be Nikola Jokic. He the only multi
I,
MVP.
I thought it'd be some disagreement here because we do have another youngin on here that's pretty good, but it's got to be Yoke. I don't think there's any.
Is
I don't
Nikola?
see the full. I don't see the full argument for Yoke not being it.
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is Nikola Jokic? There's one other guy who I would probably consider, but I'm gonna ask you: is Nikola Jokic the first European to ever be considered consensus best player in the league.
European?
Mhm.
Let me scroll through my based off of who we have on our list, yeah. Because honestly, we got the best Europeans basically on this list. And just scrolling through, only 2 other names would even be in the conversation, but it really Yoke. Well, maybe 3, but it's Yoke. I think it gotta be Yoke. He's the best, hands down, like,
Like
who's the number 1
consensus.
guy? Give it to him. It's
Yeah.
pretty simple.
I thought the same thing. So I was gonna say Giannis probably has a slight case because in 2020 when he won the championship 21, I mean, I would think most people probably consider the best player in the world, but I don't think it was consensus.
Mhm,
Like he was considered like the best player in the world, but then you still have people looking at KD the way he, KD was probably some people's mind was still considered the best. Then Yoke, I forget when he won his first MVP. I want to say it was that next year because Giannis won that year. I think Yoke won MVP the next year. So it was. I think a lot of people did consider Giannis best player in the world at that time. It's easy to say when you win the championship. Kind of
mhm.
like same thing with SGA. Like you win the championship and the MVP, you the best player in the world. At least for this summer, you're the best player in the world. So I don't know, but I think Yoke is the first European like for multiple years in a row. It was like a consensus, like this is the best player in the world. So just wanted to get your
Yeah.
take on that. But yeah, he got to be the number one pick from Eastern Europe if we go by that.
True, to be real, he probably the first pick on both sides, to be real. If we
Yeah,
if
well, I
we're
said
doing like a
all of
straight
Europe.
European,
Yeah,
y yeah, so but we'll stick on east side right now. So, yeah, Yoke is obviously first overall pick, locking it down as our 5-man. Um, now I think
right.
we have to go to the next possible best European or Eastern European, who will also be in conversation of one of the best players in the league of all time, is Luka.
Got to be Luca. He's the only
You know,
other
somebody like
European guy. Go ahead.
think somebody be like, "Well, Luka was one of the best," and I'm like, you could have him in the same thing with Giannis. He's in the conversation, but to be like, Luka is the guy. And it's like he hasn't even had an MVP year or a year where we
Exactly.
just like, he gotta be the MVP. It's a lot of years where we're like, oh, he MVP candidate. At best, he's a candidate. Like he could be top 3-ish. But never a year where we just like the way SGA and Yoke were going back and forth, we were like, it's Yoke year. Nah, it's SGA year. They were going back and forth. The way Giannis was, he was like, yeah, he's MVP. We haven't had that year from Luka yet, and people thought this was going to be the year. He got a full season being in like a uniform, more adapted to the roster. People like Luka should be the guy. He hasn't stayed healthy enough to have that run actually run for him. So Luka hasn't shown to be the consensus guy that that Jokic had. So for this team, he's the second pick. Man, that's kind of crazy to say, but that's where we at with it, man. Jokic's been
he
generational.
he head and shoulders above everybody else, honestly. But Luca, I want to say first 5 years in the league, he was first team All NBA, something like that, if I ain't mistaken. He had 5 straight first team All NBAs. That's like as
Mhm.
close to an MVP as you gonna get without getting one. That means for several years straight, you was a top 5 player or the best player at your position. They just gave the MVP to a different position to somebody else. Giannis, Jokic, SGA, but you was first team All NBA 5 times, something like that. So it got to be Luca. I don't think nobody else can say that on the list either. So yeah, so we got a big, we got a center, and we got a point forward, however you want to categorize them. Who we going with third?
I don't say now we actually got to get a real talk going on here.
Yeah, it's getting to the nitty gritty here.
Yeah, though, that was the easiest stuff out the way. Now we got to figure out who would you say the third best player is? Because honestly, I think it's a big drop off. Once you get done with those two, it's a pretty big drop off. because now you're just dealing with all stars, and no shade to the all stars, but it's like none of these
They
guys.
all.
You look at them, it's like let me see, maybe
Honestly, if you ask me, I'm probably going baby Sabonis, Demontis Sabonis,
over his
because
pops.
um, yes, unfortunately, and if he could have played in today's game, I think his pops would be very similar to what he does with what Sabonis does now. I think Arvidas could definitely be like that the way he played. And people talk about him like, they give him high praise, but he didn't have long in the league because he went in the NBA from the beginning of
Hmm.
his career and stuff like that. So I think if he played in modern day basketball, he would have very similar like skill sets as his son. But with that being said, Demontis Sabonis, man, I get he's not really been playing a lot of relevant basketball between being in Indy and then going to Sacramento. But the numbers he put up and some of the stat lines and whatever you want to say, the records he's broken, he does some crazy things, man. So I kind of try to put a little more respect on that. But
Hmm.
it's really between for him is for I mean for them in my mind it's between Sabonis and Porzingis.
You can tell me no.
Okay.
I kind of want to give OG Sabonis like a honorable mention, just because like I hear how great he is, but because we got like 2 seasons of him actually being in the NBA, and you even with that you see what he did, and it's like, oh, he probably could have been great. I want to give him like an honorable mention, like a squeak in 10.5, like 11th roster spot, because we can't fully know how great he was in our viewpoint. Because maybe if we did, we put a lot more respect on him and be like, yeah, we easily taking him over the other guys we got. Like you said, Porzingis. Like we love Porzingis, KP can hoop, but he ain't holding nothing to OG Sabonis. So I can't comfortably put him over somebody like a Porzingis or other guys we got on the list and feel confident about it. But at the same time, I don't want to completely leave him off, knowing he could have smacked all these guys. Like him and Yoke as the 4-5 combo would have been disgusting. So
True.
am I cheating by trying to show him this extra little love and give him a spot with this?
Uh it's, I don't think it's fair to put him over certain guys that played their whole career in the NBA. It's unfortunate, but I don't think it's fair because he played in like Spain and I'm trying to think. I think he played most of his career in Spain, like the highest league, which is great. That's great
Hmm.
basketball, like high level basketball. But then by the time he actually played in the NBA, he's several years in.
Hmm.
And now you got to just play NBA style basketball, but he's still good. He averaged a double double one good year. So it's tough, man. I just think, like you said, he deserves an honorable mention at this point, just off the strength of like we know he was good, but for other guys, because then somebody gonna pull up the stats, but I look at their stats, and I know stats ain't absolutely everything, but it ain't gonna be very comparable. So
Yeah,
it's just unfortunate.
that's what I'm saying. Like, obviously, I don't feel comfortable putting him in a top 10. Like, I just can't sit here and do that. When we've seen other guys have a full career, we know what they did and what they actually could do. Because maybe he could have um, came in and been like, he's cool. You know what I mean? Maybe game couldn't have translated as well and been as dominant as he was over there. It's like, he's really good NBA player, but a great overseas player. But we saw flashes and glimpses of it. He could have been like a Porzingis. He had pockets where he was great. We thought, oh, he's gonna come do his thing, and come to find out, he's a really great role player. He's not the guy. So we don't know. We can't sit here and be like, yeah, it's a bonus on there. And it's like, I don't feel, I can't sit with that in my stomach knowing we put him over somebody we know can hoop and see what they did. So
Exactly.
that's why I said, give him like a 10.5. Like we got the roster, and shout out to Sabonis right here.
The
or like
alternate.
11 spot. Yeah, alternate. Say in case somebody get hurt or something. Like that's what I was saying. Like get him that extra little squeak in right there on the roster.
I got you. I got you. I got you. But yeah, shout out to Papa Sabonis, but I think Baby Sabonis is making the cut for right now.
Yeah, I think he is the next best player. I gotta put him down. So he's the 4 man. I think the next best player, honestly, it might be for me personally. I could be tripping. I think it's Porzingis. He might be the next best player.
Yeah, but we already got Sabonis and Jokic, but Porzingis is definitely on the team.
Oh, he's on the team for sure. But we got to figure out this guard and the last wing spot. So, do you want to go?
There ain't many guards to pick from.
Yeah, it's real slim pickings.
I'm sure there's some
Do we
guys
go
we ain't think
Petrovic?
about. Petrovic or Goran Dragic.
Yeah, let's go Petrovic, man.
But
I
Dragic
think
ain't that good.
Goran does solid coming off the bench right here.
Drazen
Yeah.
Petrovic from Croatia. Yeah, Petrovic probably the way to go.
All
But we
right, for
got
our
both. I
3.
mean, that's a two guard. Luca could be the one, or Luca could be the three. However you want to play it.
I mean, you
Probably
got
better
nothing
to
off the
have
bench
Luca
at
at
that
one.
point.
Yeah, I was gonna say probably better have Luca at the one, so we have a point guard to come off the bench.
Yeah,
And
you
we ain't finna
starting
have
the
a
game with
trigger.
3 different guards, and your bench looking like a whole bunch of 6'10", 7-footers. And it's like, bro, what a bench at, man? You got no guard play.
True. So the next wing, who would you take there?
Now this is, I think it's the real debate right here. Do we go Peja Stojakovic or do we go Tony Kukoc? Do we go Bogdanovic?
All right, Bogdanovich, he pretty modern day player, so I don't know, man. Page was he was cold. Page was cold, dog. Remember? Uh, I don't know. I feel like Bogdanovich. I think Page deserves over Bogdanovich because Page got all stars. Bogdanovich don't. Uh, did you know? Hold on. Did you know Page Stojakovic was on the Mavericks championship team?
Yeah, I remember that.
I did not know that. I didn't remember that. Shout out Stojakovic, man. Yeah, I think we go with Page because he got 3 All Stars. Bogdanovich ain't got no All Stars.
Over Kukoc?
Yeah, and Overtone because Page is the main guy or one of the main guys in Sacramento. Played with Chris Webber and Mike Bibby and them, but I think Page might lead the team in scoring. If I ain't mistaken.
Mm. I think role for role, Peja had a higher role with those Kings teams. Because one Kukoc on the second 3P team.
Yeah,
So yeah, he definitely like he was
he was not gonna be the
fourth
main guy.
best player at best. Yeah, fourth best player at best.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now in '04. That's the year that you would probably say the Kings had their best team. Page, Brad Miller, Mike Bibby, Chris Webber, Doug Christie, Vlade Divac, all them on the same team. Page averaged 24. Nobody else averaged 20.
Well, what does Well average?
18. Sewell averaged 18, and Mike Bibby averaged 18.
Crazy.
So
Well, that just earned Peja that starter spot for our Olympic team.
that's what I'm saying. He was the main guy. And like, who's to say Tony couldn't have been the main guy somewhere else? He just playing with the GOAT. It's tough. but he uh he definitely he definitely deserves his flowers though. He did win six man of the year though.
Yeah, he had a nice little run, man. Folks don't know he was definitely a problem.
All right, so I guess that would make our starting lineup Luka Doncic, uh Drazen Petrovic, Peja Stojakovic, not Arvidas, Domantas Sabonis, and Nikola Jokic. I ain't gonna lie,
Yes,
that's solid.
sir.
Shooting
Yeah,
everywhere,
that's
facilitating everywhere.
that's a great team, man.
That's a great starting five.
Coming off strong, so now let's round off this bench. See, we already established Porzingis is on the team. For the sake of knowing he's not going to be the 5 man, I'll throw him at our 4 because we got a couple fives to figure out.
Hmm.
So let's go. Porzingis as our 4. Dragic
Well,
is on the team, going Dragic on the team, so you're going to throw him at the 1.
yeah. So as far as our 5 man go, since we got Porzingis at the 4, we got Zydrunas Ilgauskas, we got Vlade Divac, uh, we got
We got
uh
Yusuf
Yusuf
Nurkic.
Nurkic, and Arvidas Sabonis. We could circle back to
Hmm.
Arvidas. So those are our 5 men that we could possibly rotate in.
All
Are you
right.
familiar?
So let's put a hold on Sabonis. Or is he going to say him for later?
Hmm.
So out of Yusuf Nurkic, oh, Zubac is on here too.
Big Zoo. Yeah, Zubac. I forgot
So,
Zubac.
all right. So Yusuf Nurkic, Zubac, Big Z, Ilgauskas, and Divac. Zubac is bottom of the list, and Nurk is third. So honestly, for me, it's between Big Z and Divac. Honestly,
If it's between them, it's Divac. Love Big Zoo. Great role player, but Divac at one point in time was also an all-star.
Big Z was too.
Zubac? When was Zubac an all-star?
No, Ilgauskas.
Oh, you said Big Z. I'm thinking about Zubac. You
Hey
talking about
man,
Ilgauskas.
let's establish Big Z is Jonas Ilgauskas. Zubac is not Big Z. That on
I
this
apologize.
podcast, there is only one Big Z. We're respecting that man. Put
I,
some respect on his
I, I,
name.
I apologize. I apologize. I think you talking about Big Z. But
That's the only Big Z we acknowledge.
it's LaMelo Ball versus Carmelo Anthony out
Hey man, on this podcast.
here.
Outside of this, you call him what you want to. On this podcast, you respected him as the Big Z.
Okay. Well, you pull up Big Z stats, and I'm gonna pull up a lot of defense stats.
All right, so Big Z,
So you pull
two-time
them out.
All-Star, 02-03 season and 04-05 season, he was an All-Star. Career, he played 12 years in Cleveland, 1 year in Miami. He went over with LeBron, and LeBron probably called him up, hey, bro, where did I go? So he averaged 13 in his career. Uh, let's keep Cleveland years. I'll throw the Miami year out. So 13.8 points, 7.7 rebounds, 1.2 assists. His best year, he averaged 17.2 and 7.5 rebounds that year. Next best year he had was both All-Star years. He averaged 16.9 and 8.6 rebounds. His best year rebounding, he had 9.3. So solid numbers. Nothing crazy. Solid.
Okay. Well, Vlade had one All Star in sack in 2000, 2001. He played for the Lakers, played for Charlotte. Yeah, he played for Charlotte,
Hmm.
and he played for Sacramento, of course. Uh, for his career, he averaged 11.8, eight rebounds, 3 assists. His best year, he averaged 16 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, a steal and a half, and 2 blocks. So There was a year he was giving you some of everything. His All-Star year, though, he averaged 12 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, and a block. So his All-Star year wasn't even his best statistical year, really. But that was the year I think they had their best team, possibly. I'm not
Mhm.
sure. But yeah, man, it's pretty tight, honestly. What's Big Z best year?
Honestly, it's kinda interesting looking at it. So, like I said, his best scoring year, he averaged 17.2, and his best rebounding year, these are gonna be separate years. His best rebounding year, he had 8.6, but both of those were his All-Star years. And then defensively, he had a year where he had 2.5 blocks, and that was between both of those All-Star years. And then steals, his high in steals was point 0.7. He did that twice. He had point 0.6 and point 0.5. So nothing crazy on the steal side. His best year in assists was 1.6, and that was his All-Star year. So honestly, his first All-Star year, the year between that, and his third All-Star year was probably his 3 best years for everything.
Okay, so combine those years together. If you want basketball reference, you can click that year and 1 year and another year, and to give you the average between that time frame.
But how you do that? Oh, you fancy.
You you know when you click it, it like bolds the whole year in yellow or highlights it. I mean,
Oh, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Okay.
yeah.
All right. So combining those 3 years, this is 03, 04, 05. He averaged 16.9, 2.2 blocks, 1.4 assists, 8.1 rebounds.
Yeah, you got pretty similar years. I mean, pretty similar stats, honestly.
Mhm.
All I say is Big Z played with LeBron and Vlade Divac played with Stojakovic, who was also great, but not LeBron. So statistically, if we go based off what they did statistically, I probably get to I probably get to Ilgauskas. But
But that first All-Star he got before Bron was there, I think. Because Bron came in 03, 04 season. And this is prime years. He was 27 years old. So when he got his first All-Star. So the 02, 03 season was there before Bron was even rolling. So he had rookie Bron that next year, which probably hurt his stats some, but he had more
yeah.
blocks. And then the next year, 04, 05 season, both of them more than likely made the All-Star game. So young LeBron, no LeBron and young LeBron, baby LeBron is what Big Z had. And then you saw the rest of that played out, went to the finals and everything. So,
Uh, I think we get the Super Bowl. I think his best years. He got 3 All-Stars. His best years probably was better than Vlade's. Vlade had some good years for sure, but I think we get the BZ. Like I said, his best year, he averaged 16 to 10, 4 assists, 14 to 10, 4 assists, 14 to 10, 4 assists. So, and he gave you a block a game, block and a half a game. Yeah, I think Vlade was a little bit more of like I get a little bit of everything, and Big Z was more of a traditional like big man in a
mhm.
way. So I get the Big Z.
I will say style of play, I prefer Vlade Divac,
Mm,
but I didn't see a lot of young Big Z to compare to as much. Like you see the highlights and stuff of Divac when he was with the Lakers a little bit, and when he got traded, he went to the Kings, and it's like, okay, boom, boom, boom. But most of that is done because of who he was around, because it was the Lakers, obviously, and then he's with the
right.
Kings. So it's like the Kings versus like his whole career is basically framed around the Lakers, either playing with them or playing against them. So that's why he got a lot more shine to his name in his career versus Big Z out in Cleveland. There's no love, no shine, no nothing. And that man squeaked out 2 All-Stars. He probably would have had both of them even if LeBron wasn't there because he got one
Yeah,
without of him.
yeah, he got one
So
without him. All right. I like it, man. So Jonas Augustus, congratulations. You have been drafted to the Eastern European all-time team.
Hang it up on the wall, my boy.
Put them in the
All right, so let's
rafters.
figure out these wings, man. Let's figure out these wings. All right.
All right. So we got Petrovic, Drazen Petrovic, right? We already said.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Goran Dragic off the bench.
Oh, wait. We gotta go back to this. So we established that it's Big Z for our 5. Do we
Mm.
consider Sabonis over Big Z?
I can't say so. Because when Sabonis
All right.
was in the NBA, he was never even an all-star or anything. He was already too old. And what he did in Spain and stuff was great, but I can't put that over what Big Z did in the league. So it's unfortunate. It's kind of like that Dr. J thing. You know, we talked about Dr. J a
Mm-hmm.
while back. It's like most of his good years or half his good years in the ABA, then they merged with the NBA. And, you know, merging his stats, he still got great stats, but it's hard to compare, you know.
Yeah. I just want to circle
So,
wagon on that one, but
nah,
I
that's a good
agree.
question. So, Tony Kukoc comes in here. I think
Mm-hmm.
he got to be one of our wings, so he can
Mm-hmm.
be our 3. And
I think it's Bogdanovich for the next spot.
all right, so go back. We started Luka, Jokic, Sabonis, Page, Stojakovic.
Mm-hmm.
Who was our other
And
wing?
Petrovic.
Drazen Petrovic. So Drazen Petrovic started. Okay, that was my mistake. So off the bench, we got Dragic, we
Mm-hmm.
got Ilgauskas, we got
Mm-hmm.
Porzingis, we got
Mm-hmm.
Kukoc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's got to be Bogdanovich. I think it's got to be. Because Bogdanovich is a hooper. He's a hooper. We seen him in the Olympics talking trash to Melo. Don't you ever disrespect us like that again, boy. Don't you ever disrespect Melo like that, boy. You better respect your elders around here. But yeah, he a hooper though. He definitely he's tough.
Yeah, man. I think it's a really good team, man. Like I said, it's playmaking everywhere, shooting everywhere, even if it's just mid range. They can play pretty fast. They can play slow with the half court. The only question with this team is the defense.
Can they stay in front of somebody? But they big though. They big enough. And if we gave them 12 guys, they could have Papa Sabonis and Zubac come off the bench or Yusuf Nurkic, whatever. I think Zubac probably get it. So they could have extra bigs and just play big, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they still big anyway. You got Jokic, you got Stojakovic was kind of big for a wing. You got Sabonis who's strong. They all strong. We can't say that. These
Mm-hmm.
European boys be coming over. They be coming across the water strong. I don't know why. In Serbia and stuff, in that part of the world, they be eating a lot of meat. Pause. Like their meals are very meat consistent. It don't even have a lot of like vegetables and stuff on the side. And I can say this with full experience. So don't nobody be going like, how you know? I know. They got a lot of pork over there. Like, man, not to get off base, but I remember all year in Serbia, we played our last game, right? And over there, playoffs and stuff is different in the first league of Serbia, so there was no playoffs. It's only like I ain't gonna explain it. This is our last game of the season, and we go play this team. They already let go all they players because they knew they wasn't making like a postseason or anything. So they already released their players, and they come out there with a bunch of young guys and just play. And we go out there, we smack them real quick, beat them bad. My teammate wins MVP of the league, and after the game, we on the bus. I'm on the bus chilling. I'm thinking about going home. Like, man, the game it's finally over because it's my first year. I'm like, man, it's finally over, bro. We get to go home, and then I get to end it on the win. It ain't like I got bounced out the playoffs
Mm-hmm.
because we didn't have it. So I'm like, oh, I get to go home. So then the bus stops, And I'm like, oh, and like guys getting off, but they kind of like hurrying off. I'm like, dang, what's going on? But everybody didn't get off. But I'm like, what's going on? And I was like, what we doing? They was like, they stopping to get food. Oh, I was like, oh, I bet food. That's what's up. So I'm chilling, like, waiting. I'm like, dang, they taking a minute. A while go by, man, probably like 20 minutes. They come back on the bus, dog. They carrying this platter, right? Two guys carrying it. It's long. They carrying this platter. On the platter, a whole slow roasted hog. Like, oh, like a hog that you know in cartoons, they got the slow roast pit where they spinning the hog like this. The hog got an apple in his mouth or something. It
Mhm.
was like that. The whole hog brought it on the bus. I said, man, what is that? They said, try it, bro. It's good, man. It's so good. And I'm like, how you even eat it? They was like, just break it. Cause over there they don't do germs. They ain't even concerned about no germs. Ain't nobody like getting a fork and knife and cutting it like
Mhm.
a turkey. They're like, yeah, man, just and I was like, I looked at my American teammate. He was like, man, you gonna eat that? I said, I mean, yeah. We out here. I'm saying, I'm about to go. I'm gonna go and indulge. And I'm a guy that I'm gonna try anything once food wise. Unless I just already know I don't like that food, I'll try. Man, I grabbed a little piece of it. Was like, yeah, just grab it, man. It's gonna break. So I just grab a little piece off the side. The skin snap off, so the skin like barbecued. It's like,
Mm.
man, I bit that jar. I was like, yo, this is gas, boy. This good. That joint was so like it had like this really good greasy, salty flavor to it, which I don't know how they did because I know they slow roasted the hog over a fire or something. That junk was fire, bro. I gotta see you the picture, man. That's I said, this what y'all eat? Like, when do y'all get this? Where are we? They was like, yeah, this stuff that we usually you eat it like on a wedding or it's usually like a big celebration thing. It's not something you eat every day. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But this fire, bro, I ain't gonna lie. It's good. It's like, oh man, I'm glad you like it. It was like, get him to try. They talk about my other American team. I'm like, man, get him to try, man. Tell him to try. I said, they'll try, bro. Just get a little taste. For real. Get you a little piece of it. Taste it. And he tried. He was like, oh yeah, I see what you're talking about. This here good. Only thing was everybody keep putting their hands in it. But I said, you know what? You
Yeah.
only live once. I ain't gonna see y'all no more probably. No, I'm gonna get in with you, man. Let me get that leg. Good times, man. Good times. But yeah, they eating a lot over there, so it makes sense that they get so big and strong. So they ain't got to worry about that part.
Yeah, man. So shout out to the Euros, man. That's how they getting down. So yeah, man. That wraps up the Eastern Europeans with the story of how they so strong and come out so solid or come over here so solid. So
Whole hog, boy.
but that's
That joint was
crazy.
crazy. I wish I could get some more, man. I already talked to one of them. How can I get some more of that? I hope I ain't got to fly to Serbia for it. But if I do, I need y'all to take me to get some wherever we was at. God knows what city we was in. I don't remember none of that because it was an away game. I don't know where we was at, what city we was in. I just know we stopped at some place, took them about 20 minutes. Next thing I know, a whole hog on the bus. Shout out to my guys in Serbia, man. I appreciate y'all.
All right, man. So now we shifting to the west side of Europe, and I ain't gonna lie, bro. This a monster roster. We gotta figure out.
This gonna be the conversations right here.
It's a gauntlet right here, man. The shoe. We starting off rip, man. Who's the first overall pick for the Western Euros?
Honestly, I think it's got to be my boy Giannis. If I got to pick, I think it's got to be Giannis. Some people won't disagree. You might disagree, but he the only multi-time MVP. So I'm going Giannis.
This is a conversation of nostalgia with one player, gambling on a future with another player, and not overthinking it and going with the obvious pick.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to go Giannis.
gotta go Giannis, man. All of the guys gonna make the list, gonna make the team,
Yeah, yeah.
but first overall pick got to be Giannis.
All right. So he's on the team. I don't know where yet because we still got to sort out a gauntlet. Like the bigs is a fight. That's this is a crazy list to go through. Somebody finna get left off this list. I do know that for sure. Somebody's
Yeah,
getting left off and it's gonna look crazy.
for sure.
But Giannis is not one of them people. He's the first
For sure.
overall pick. I'll 3 or 4. Which one do you think you feel more comfortable and confident putting him at?
Well, looking at
Knowing
the,
who's coming next.
I was gonna say, looking at the future, I want to say 3, but is that gonna make the best possible team? I don't know. But I think for the sake of this team, it's better for him to be the 3. Just off the sake of talent alone,
Hmm.
it's better for him to be a wing player. So, what you
All
say?
right. We can change it. I don't know.
Yeah, we can change it later. I'm just saying, as of right
Yeah.
now, thinking about what we got coming.
All right. So right now we got Giannis. I'm gonna skip ahead and make this a little easier for us, just so we can knock out some spots. Tony Parker has to be our one.
Very true. Only point
I really
guard.
don't see any other option on at least on our list. We probably are overlooking somebody, and it's like, bro, how dare y'all forget such and such that played on this team and did this stuff? Sorry, you know.
Ain't none known better than Tony Parker.
Hey,
Sorry,
hey,
Tony.
if they were better, we wouldn't have forgot about them. So
I'm
it's
sure
that
we would
simple.
know.
So when it comes to the bench, though, it's somebody else that might be like, maybe, but yeah. So TP as the one. Um, Ben Gordon too.
Uh, might have to be Ben Gordon. I don't think we got nobody else really. We're a little short on guards.
You know what I'm saying? Like the guards from is both. I realize this. Both sides are complicated to figure out. One because it's overly stacked. We could probably make a whole team of just the bigs and wings. But then on the other end, it's literally 3 guards on our list. And like just because it's slim picking, it's like you're almost like scraping the bottom of the barrel. No disrespect to anybody, but it's just so few of them over there. Y'all don't produce guards. That's y'all issue. Y'all need to produce more guards. That ain't our fault.
Yeah,
Y'all
honestly.
producing. Y'all need to start making shorter players, man. Everybody on y'all side coming over here 6'10", 7 foot, 7'5". That ain't our fault, man. Y'all start producing people. Produce people who 6'3". All right, then we'll have a better list for y'all to come up with.
Literally.
All right, so we got 1, 2, and 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Dirk has to start.
Which is why we got Giannis at the 3.
But the reason why I was questioning Giannis at the 3 is because Wembanyama has to be on this roster.
Exactly. We
So
started
with
at
his,
both Giannis and Wemby.
oh, that's
So
that's for sure. So
I
I
don't
was
know what.
thinking Wemby slides at the 3, and because he's more comfortable, if I'm coaching, I feel a lot more comfortable with Wemby being at the 3, handling the ball outside, being perimeter oriented, and Giannis at the 4. Well, technically, throw Giannis at the 5, and Dirk as the 4, quote unquote. We'll have them interchange, honestly, but Wemby 3, Dirk and Giannis as 4, 5.
I like it. That's what I'm going for. And it works because Wemby and Dirk can shoot. Giannis not a good shooter, so it still creates a little space.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's the starting 5, man. We got Tony Parker at the 1, Ben Gordon 2, Victor Wembanyama 3, Dirk, you know, oh, I was gonna butcher that last name. Dirk Nowitzki as the 4, and Giannis Antetokounmpo as our 5. So coming off the bench, let's go ahead and get the easy pick. Ricky Rubio is the only other guard we have, so he has to be the backup point.
Yeah, it's looking that way. Which ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, we could go somebody like Dennis Schroeder. How you feel about Dennis Schroeder and Ricky Rubio? Is it a conversation?
It is. It is. Because looking at the guards, we don't have any defense. Because TP wasn't doing nothing. Not on ball for real. He wasn't stopping nobody. He would have steals, but it's more of like Bruce Bowen got him, make him turn, and he's picking the ball off weak side of stuff. Like he wouldn't like send down picking pockets. And
Yeah.
then Ben Gordon, he wasn't known for defense. He was known to light you up for a quick 7 points. And then another quick 6 points. And another, and he finished the game with 35. Like, bro, what in the world just happened? Ben Gordon just happened. So
Ben Gordon.
I want to
Yeah,
say Schroeder for the sake of that, but honestly, Ricky Rubio became a better defender after a while. So
well, you look up Rubio, I look up Dennis. See their stats. Because
all
I do
right,
have
let's
fond
go.
memories of Ricky Rubio passing the ball.
Oh, that's misunderstanding got to be explained without. He is
Man, I
he
was
is
finna
the
say,
best playmaker. I had to double check this. He's
mm,
probably the best playmaker on this entire roster, probably.
yeah, you probably, yeah, I would agree. Not wrong. But I just pulled up Dennis Schroeder on Basketball Reference. I was finna say, dang, he been in the league longer than I thought, but he hasn't. He been traded so many times. They breaking it down. So now he got a bunch of lines. Because in 21, he got in 2021, 22 season, he got traded twice. He went from the Lakers to Boston to Houston in the same
Dang.
trade deadline, whatever. And then 3 years later, or 2 years later, in 23-24 season, he got traded from. He was at the Lakers again, so he doubled back to the Lakers, and then he got traded from Lakers to Toronto and Toronto to Brooklyn in the same season. The next year, he in Brooklyn. He get traded from Brooklyn to Golden State, from Golden State to Detroit. And then the next year, which is this year, he traded from Detroit to Sacramento, from Sacramento to Cleveland. Why he part all these double trades? Oh my
Dang.
God, he getting passed around so much. It's messed up, man. He ain't
Well,
never setting his bag down.
been in the league 13 years and played for half the teams in the league.
Literally, hold on. Atlanta, LA, Boston, Houston, Toronto, Brooklyn, Golden State, Detroit, Sacramento, Cleveland. He done played for 10 teams. Now, granted, he ain't put all 10 of their jerseys on, but he, for a split second, he was on their roster. That's crazy,
It's like
boy.
when Melo got traded to Atlanta, and then they made like a lot of people make a little post about Carmelo Anthony jerseys and stuff, and it was like,
Yeah.
man, my favorite jersey for Melo. It was like, bro, relax, man. You know, boy, ain't never touched that
Ain't
Atlanta
never
court
put
this
on.
he was playing against y'all.
Ain't nobody last name Anthony suit up here. Oh man, but
All right, so
Dennis
Ricky
Schroeder's stats are
Rubio.
kind of lackluster. I ain't gonna lie. You go ahead.
All right, so Rubio, 12 years. It's about the same time frame. So he got 12 years in the league. He only played for 4 teams, and he actually played. So let me just throw that out there.
Okay.
Second in Rookie of the Year, which is impressive. His best year, he had 3 years where he averaged 13, 2 years where he averaged 13.1. Uh, Not an all-star any of these years. Let me see. His best year in assists was 9.1, which is really good. For career, he averaged 7.4 assists.
Okay.
Yeah, steals is crazy. He had 2.2 his rookie year, and 2.4, 2.3, 1.7. So a career he averaging 1.8 steals.
Okay,
Solid,
Rubio in the passing lane.
solid. Average
Uh,
4.1 rebounds. So yeah, yeah. Rubio looking solid.
uh, Dennis Schroeder, first couple years of the league, he was solid. It's been kind of going downhill, but his best year he averaged 19 points, 4 assists for OKC. He was second in six man of the year voting. So he was coming off the bench, giving you 19 a game, 4 assists. That's pretty solid. He also had a year he averaged 19.6 assists in Atlanta. His last year for the Hawks, 19.6 assists, a steal a game. So he had better years than Rubio technically, but how do we really feel? Because I feel like Rubio is such a playmaker. He's more of a playmaker.
Honestly, I feel like Schroeder is a better one-on-one defender. Probably, maybe. I can't, like I don't remember Rubio being like a great defender. You know what I mean? But
Dang.
statistically, obviously, it shows better up for him. But I remember seeing him in pockets being like, "Oh, look at Rubio sitting down and playing some decent defense." So looking at the starting five and seeing the lack of, how can I say this respectfully, uh, consistent and reliable playmaking, I right now I feel better saying Rubio for sure.
I ain't mad at it. But okay, I was gonna say only thing about that is I feel like Dennis Schroeder one of the best German basketball players ever. He didn't won a lot of European awards and stuff. Like they won gold at FIBA World Cup in basketball. That was the
Mhm,
year before the Olympics when they got to talking about, oh, is the USA done? Whatever. 'Cause Germany won the World Cup before we put the Avengers together for the Olympics. But Dennis Schroeder was MVP.
mhm.
You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know how much stock we want to put in that, but Dennis Schroeder, he respectfully, he's a really good player, man. I know how we look at him as just a role player in the league. And at one point in
Yeah,
time, it was thought he could become an all-star, possibly.
true. Yeah. I will say this. So I don't know if you remember this, but there was like the whole weird conundrum with the Timberwolves, and this is around the time Ricky Rubio got drafted. They had this really weird thing where they drafted like 2 or 3 point guards, not just
I
guards,
remember.
point guards. The same year. It was him, Johnny Flynn, and somebody else. And people were pissed. It's like, bruh,
What are we doing?
why in the world, especially after a while, we had opportunities, 3 to draft guards, and we passed on Steph Curry to get 3 non-Steph Currys. So if I'm a T Wolves fan, I'm heated about that. But
For
anyway,
sure.
getting back to Rubio, he had to fight and overcome that to start off with. And then let's go NBA career. So started with T Wolves. Mind you, this is T Wolves too. Stupid sorry. All these years.
They
Came
was bad.
in,
For K Love. They still were bad with K Love for real, but K Love was hoop.
yeah. So I don't think he touched the playoffs until he got drafted to or traded to Utah, I mean, in 17-18.
He was hooping in Utah
So
too.
Utah, they had a couple years where they were ended up being good. I don't even remember if they made the playoffs that year. But went to Phoenix, and I'm pretty sure though that year he was terrible again. Went back to Minnesota in 2020, 21. He probably played with Ant-Man, if I remember right, in Cleveland the next 2 years. So he was more than likely in the playoffs because Cleveland was doing decent at that time in 21, 22, 22, 23. So Rubio had to overcome playing against a team full of point guards, basically starting off in Minnesota. So he was the best of the worst. No, I don't say it like that. Like the best of that class to get drafted by Minnesota. And then you want to take it to overseas ball. He playing in Spain. Mind you, when he came in, Spain was the Gasol brothers team. So you playing under Powell, then it gets shifted to Mark. And then who else was on the team? They had somebody else with Spain. Maybe it was him. Yeah, it was like a three-headed like NBA juggernaut that you have to contend with. And the Gasol's brother run it since back when Kobe was doing it. So it's like, dang, you're not getting a chance to be MVP. You're not getting a chance to shine as being one of the guys because you're coming into a team that's ran by the bigs over here. Schroeder came in when Dirk was like, I'm still balling, but I'm not prime Dirk no more.
Yeah, he was old.
So that's the difference of what you're dealing with too. It's like Rubio for most of his career, speaking of Euroball, it's like, this ain't my team. Schroeder's like, yeah, bro, do your thing. If you're not the guy, you still top guys. At Rubio's best, he's the third best. And so it's kind of different with dealing with too. Now, I don't know if Rubio would have taken over being MVP style if he was the best guy or the second best guy, but just painting a picture of what Rubio's kind of his situation what he's dealing with. So yeah, Schroeder's MVP, one of the best Germans, but Rubio playing behind the best Spaniards,
At their
like
prime.
at their prime, versus the GOAT of Germany. He's on the decline. It's like, man, you got it, bro. I ain't got nothing for y'all no more for real. So that's kind of what we dealing with Rubio. So I'm not saying he would have been better if he took the reins or if he wasn't in their prime or they weren't in their prime, whatever. I'm just trying to paint that picture. So that adds to it.
Okay. So didn't think we would be getting into a discussion about Ricky Rubio and Dennis Schroeder, but here we are.
Hey, that's the beauty of this podcast, man. It's
Facts
to
it
nerd
is.
out over stuff like this.
So statistically, I think Dennis Schroeder is the better player.
Yes.
But if I had to be real, this might be nostalgia kicking in. In my heart of hearts, I want to pick Ricky Rubio.
I ain't gonna lie,
I'm
me
not.
too, man.
I was saying so should we just do it? We want to pick it, man. We could. It's our podcast. We could just do it. Forget these people on the internet, man. I
Yeah. It
want
didn't
Rubio on
solidify,
the
so
team.
I'm gonna be a man, man. Say it with your chest. Can I get this Pilly Muffin cap back blue? So let's go Rubio at the one, man.
All right, we get somewhere.
Yeah, I ain't expected to sit here at the guard position like this. I thought it'd be like, because I forgot Schroeder, honestly. So
Okay, so I think off the bench we for sure go Powell and Mark Gasol at the 4-5. How you feel?
okay, glad you said that. So no Gobert.
No,
Hey, I'm not finna fight you on that, brother. I'm
I'm
not finna
taking
fight you.
Mark. Got him a DPOY. I'm taking Mark. Love you, Rudy. I've defended Rudy Gobert many times on this podcast. I'm taking Mark Gasol.
Hey, man, I was going to say that, but I know you have to defend him a lot of times, so I was going,
Make me
to see where
say
your
it.
head was at with it. No, I was gonna see where your head is at with it. And I'm like, well, I hear you. But me personally, I got the Gasol brothers running it right there. So hey,
No, man. Powell and Mark gotta be there, man. I would be remiss. We'd be remiss not to include them. Rudy Gobert's great. He gonna be in the Hall of Fame. But if we talking about a Western European basketball team, gotta go Powell and Mark. Got to.
all right, cool. So Laurie at the 3.
Yeah, I think Laurie can be at the 3, and then will that just leave us a 2 guard spot open?
All right, so I got 1, 2. Wait, 1, 2. We can circle back to 3. So I
Okay.
have Nick Batum in the conversation. Boris Diaw in the conversation.
Boris D.I. ain't no two guard, man.
Hey, man, that man play point forward. I put that man where I wanna put him. That man would just give us something.
he,
He
he
like,
gonna
"Hey,
play
you
his
want"
role.
exactly. So, I don't care where I put him, man. I'll put Laura at the 3, I mean, at the 2, and put Di at the 1, and Rubio ain't playing. It don't matter. Boris Diaw gonna play his role. He played 1 through 5 when he was with the Suns and the Spurs. So, at that point, it don't matter. But yeah, Nick Batum, Boris Diaw, and we still have Schroeder in the mix. You can make it at the 2 guard.
Okay, I'm gonna throw some names at you. Deadlift Strength that played with the Sonics.
Mm,
He's German. He could be in there. We got Evan Fournier, who played with who's
oh,
from
yeah.
France, played with Nick Batum and them. We got Danilo Gallinari. He's not really a two guard, but he a wing player. Played
I
in
forgot
Italy.
about
He's from
Gallinari.
Italy. That's really all I got for you after that. So we got Gallinari, Deadlift Strength, and Evan Fournier. We also go
Mm,
Marco Bellinelli. I felt like he wasn't really in the running, but just to throw his name out there.
honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
And he made it a lot
So
tougher.
yeah, but it's technically a two guard spot, but I guess it don't have to be a two guard who takes it. And we also still got Dennis Schroeder, obviously.
Hey, man, do we pull another Team Africa and just
Just go big.
run it up, run it up with the bigs?
Because who's that? We got Power and Mark who are pretty versatile. So I mean, I guess that wouldn't be the worst
You
thing in the
got
world.
you can have Wimby as a legit lineup of what you can put out there and compete. Wimby could do some level of running the 1.
I said the one.
Nah, that's a terrible team, bro. I can't do that. So yeah, that's a whole nother episode I was gonna get into, but nah. Um, you know, how folks trying to phase out the guards and stuff, and everybody want to have this big point forward thing.
I mean, the biggest player that can dribble the ball, the bigger he is, the more of an advantage you have, in a way. Unfortunately, that is the game of basketball. So,
But it's also that time the disadvantage. But there's a whole nother episode,
yeah.
because I have a lot of thoughts about that. But all right,
So
so
who is like okay? He's off. You would say like he don't have a chance. He's the worst player. Nick Batum, Evan Fournier, Deadlift Strength, Danilo Gallinari, Marco Bellinelli, and your boy Boris Diaw. I
the
think
reason I
Boris
say
Diaw. Go ahead.
the reason I say Shrimp is off because I didn't watch him enough to give him a fair fight, and it'll be similar to Sabonis of being like, I heard you can hoop, I seen highlights and stuff, but I don't personally know with my own 2 eyes. Like that's the biggest thing for this. I want to be able to, when I know trolls coming at me and talking crazy, my reasoning behind it. Even if you 100% disagree and you watch Deadlift Strip and know he can hoop, cool. I didn't. So therefore, I'm going to contend for what I know and what I've seen enough of. Like I didn't sit here and watch 80s like that, but I know enough of it to be like, all right, I can see how Moses Malone is better than such and such versus Deadlift Shrimp. It's like, I heard of him. I know whispers. I heard he was killing, but I don't know enough of him to be like, yeah, easily over Batum. You know what I mean? So I don't feel as confident putting his name right there over these other guys. Now, could he be a better player? For sure. But I can't sit here and I don't know this confidently. So that's why for me, he's the first one off.
Okay, I'm all right with that. So we got Batum, Fournier, Bellinelli, Boris Diaw, and is that it? I think that was it.
I
Dennis
think
Schroeder.
Bellinelli's next name off.
Yeah, he's just a shooter. I mean, in the league, Bellinelli's just a shooter. Fournier is kind of a utility, but he's more of a shooter. Nick Batum give you a little bit of everything on the wing.
Batum is the best defender that we have left on this list.
Yeah. Uh, and then, like I said, Dennis Schroeder, but Dennis Schroeder is a smaller point guard size player. We need to be a two.
Yeah.
So
I'm leaning towards Fournier being off and keeping Gallinari on because I've seen Gallinari go off and go crazy with the Knicks and then again with the Nuggets. In those pockets where it's like, oh, this is just he's on one right now. This is his time.
he can have a heater.
Yeah, he's having you know how people have in a playoff series they have certain pockets where it's like the J.R. Smith game, the um, Iman Shumpert game, the
Yep, yep.
Sean Livingston game. Gallinari is one of them guys who can give you the Gallinari game in the playoff series. And he just turned the quarter around, turned the game around where it's like he's the MVP of the game. And I don't think we had enough of that from Fournier to be like, yeah, for sure, give him that spot over Gallinari. So Fournier is the next name off for me.
Okay. I ain't mad at that. You right about Gallinari though. He had a couple of years. I'm looking at his stats. He had a couple of years. He almost averaged 20.
Hmm.
Uh, he had a pretty good career, man. He was solid,
Yeah. So
and obviously can shoot.
for me personally, it's coming down between Batum and I could be biased and showing some extra love to Dial, but he's still on my list too, and Gallinari, and of course Schroeder. We're gonna pause on Schroeder right now. It's basically gonna be between whoever we pick for the wings and Schroeder to duke it out for that last spot. That's how I see it right now.
Okay.
So between Batum, Gallinari, and Dial, who do you think is the best one?
Who I think is the best one? Okay.
Yeah.
I think Gallinari is the best out of them because
Mm,
there was a point in time Gallinari could be like your two option, your number two option.
mm-hmm,
I don't think you want Batum or Dial to be your number two option.
mm-hmm.
But Dial fit in that Spurs system and with the Suns because he get to facilitate whatnot. I think that's great. And I think he's a great player in his role. But if you ask me who's better, it's Gallinari.
Mm-hmm.
But for this position, what we trying to do currently, I'm not so sure. I mean, the more I think about it, I'm not so sure it might not be good to have Boris Diaw because all these guys can score. Mark can score. Powell, Mark, they playing inside out. Only thing that like Boris Diaw gonna be able to let everybody touch the ball. Ricky Rubio, we gonna move the ball. They gonna play European basketball to his best. But then it's like, all right, we ain't got no shooting. So that's why I say Gallinari.
Mm-hmm.
Because Ricky Rubio can shoot, but he ain't looking to shoot. Boris Diaw can shoot, but he's not looking to shoot. Gallinari looking to shoot. Laurie Markkinen looking to shoot. They want the ball to shoot. And then Powell and Mark gonna have the inside out game.
I think you can put a solid lineup of you want to go best shooting team. Dirk as the 5, Laurie Marketing 4. I guess you say Wemby,
Wemby 5,
Ben
Dirk
Gordon.
4, Markkinen 3.
Well, yeah, and then Ben Gordon 2, Rubio 1 of what we have on the team right now. So that's like the best
Best
shooting
shooting
lineup
lineup.
you can put out.
That's tough. Then you still got Powell and Mark off the bench.
Hmm.
It's like that's tough.
Yeah.
That's a good lineup. That could be the starters for real. We just haven't had Giannis.
Yep. Yep. So here's how I see it. I think Fournier has been the best player. Like if I'm drafting players, because you know I drafted based off with the most talented player with the most upside. You're probably going Gallinari, knowing what he's become and everything. Gallinari, he's the only one that you can know can give you 20 points. You know that. Batum is probably the most balanced on both sides. He locking up, well not locking up, but he's doing his thing on the defensive end,
3
and
and
he
D.
can score. Yeah. Dial is probably the most offensive overall. He can give you triple doubles. Batum can, but if I had to bet who's going to give me the triple double, I'm leaning towards DL. And so, honestly, I'm thinking this when you're talking about what's missing from this team, from the guard position, you missing defense. So I'm thinking a little bit more platoon. So like when you got to go against a Luca, who you putting on Luca? When you're going against uh look at the teams we got. You got Steph Curry, you got Steve Nash, you got SGA. Who we putting on these guys? I'm not putting Tony Parker on them. I'm not putting Ben Gordon on them. Rubio cool, but if that's my best defensive option as a guard, somebody going off for 30 on us every
It ain't
night.
looking good. But you still got Giannis and Wemby behind you though.
If I gotta defend with these type of guards, somebody going off for 30. That's cool. I love that. But we talking about if we mixing that Martin game too, Steph Curry, bro. I need something out there to at least contend to make him want to have to drive into Wemby and Giannis. Because right now, I don't even need it. I don't need a pick and roll. I'm cooking right there. So, and we saw what Steph did against Wemby. I'm shooting over there, bro. I can pull.
All due respect. Respect Wemby, man. You might be right. It might be better team wise to go Batum to have a little defense. Somebody who's a defender. Because nobody's a defender right now other than Giannis and Wemby. Mark saw.
Yeah, and Mark, yeah.
So
So
man, it's
if
probably be good to have a wing defender.
yeah, if I'm going for what we have for this roster and fitting for the team of what we're lacking, I want to go Batum. As much as I love DL and as great as Gallinari is, like Gallinari gives us scoring. We have plenty of that. We're not missing on
We
scoring.
good on the score.
We good on scoring. The starting five, the top five scorers on our team are Giannis, Dirk, Wemby, and the Gasol brothers. Easy 20 points. You know, we're not short on 20-point scores at all. So playmaking, we're not missing on that because Tony can give you pockets here and there. Rubio passing the ball around. Gasol brothers moving the ball. Like I'm not short of playmaking that Dion can give us. It'd be great to have it, but we're not short of it. Perimeter defense is where the biggest hole is on his team. So we're going against the SGA and Steve Nash, and we're going against the Splash Brothers. We're going against whoever else we got. I need to have somebody who we can be like, hey, your matchup tonight is them. I don't have that right now. So for me personally, I think Batum is the best fit, even though he's not the best player.
I agree. Let's go Batum. I wish we could go 12 and just have somebody or some of these other guys just on the team, but everybody ain't got good 12 players. So unfortunately, that means good players got to get left off. So yeah, we go
Yeah.
Batum for fit, not necessarily for overall talent, but for fit,
Mm-hmm.
we go Batum.
All right. This solidifies Western Euro. So we got Tony Parker at the 1, Ben Gordon 2, Victor Wembanyama. Well, okay. As our bigs, we got Wemby, Dirk, and Giannis. However you want to mix them up, don't really matter. Now at the bench, we got Ricky Rubio, Nick Batum, Laurie Marketing, Paul and Marc Gasol holding it down for our 4 and 5. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes the drafting and arrangement of our ultimate Olympics team of all 10 teams. Thank you all. Thank you. You all have endured the draft. As Commissioner B, Commissioner Nelson, we thank you all for tuning in for this. But we're not done. We are not done. Now we have to sit down and figure out how we're going to rank all of these teams. I think that whole Rubio Schroeder thing. Oh, let's revisit Schroeder real quick. Let's try to make it as quick as possible. So now seeing what we have with this team, do we make a spot for Schroeder to fit in with this team? All right, cool. So that was now that concludes the rosters for this team. All right, so now For those who it might be the first time you're watching us and you kind of fill in the gaps what we got going on here, we obviously conclude that the Black Americans are going to be the best team. Not to be biased, but it's just kind of hard to say we have 30 different guys we can easily roll out and just say, hey, play basketball. Like, oh, who we're picking between LeBron, KD, Kawhi, Scottie Pippen. It doesn't matter. Who we're picking between Jordan, Kobe, D Wade. It doesn't matter to me, man. Just pick them. So when you're having that of a thing, it's hard to not say we're gonna have the best team. It's not even being by. It's just true. So
That's true.
we're gonna obviously make the Black Americans the number one overall seed of this whole entire thing. So now we actually have to get into the conversation of who's going to be number 2 through 10 for the rest of this. So, Nelson, looking back overall teams, you want to go top to bottom or bottom to top? Which one you think would be easier?
Well, the bottom is easier.
All right. So, who are you feeling as the worst team that we have here?
I think the worst team is for sure going to be South America. They do not have a single All Star or Hall of Famer on their team, and I think they're the only
Now,
first team who can say that.
Ginobili's going to be a Hall of Famer if he's
Oh
not
yeah, I'm
already.
sorry. Ginobili is Hall of Fame. And
Yeah.
did
So
Ginobili ever make an All Star game? No, right? Because he came off the bench.
he come off the bench, he can get that nod. So
Did Anderson Varejao ever make an All Star game?
I doubt it.
I'm
I
not sure,
definitely
but
don't think so.
either way, that sums up their team right there. That we don't think that anybody's a bona fide All Star or Hall of Famer except for Manu Ginobili. So South America is going to be the 10 seed of this tournament,
All right.
fairly
So
enough.
South America coming in as our 10th seed, led by Manu Ginobili. Our ninth seed, who are we looking at?
If you ask me, the ninth seed could be between the white Americans and the others for the ninth seed.
Mm,
I think I'm probably gonna be the others.
I don't know, man. I think I kind of talked myself into the others being kind of higher ranked. Like I can see the others competing with more teams because they're like the more diverse, I guess you can say, Team Africa. Because you're rolling out with Ben Simmons, Turk, AK-47, Sengun, and Yao as a starting five. They're pretty diverse, tall, lengthy. So I talk myself into the others being higher ranked. I personally think that the next team, I want to say the Islands, man. I just want to see them having enough to compete outside of really Duncan and Ewing, really.
Yeah, they guard plays for sure, leaving a lot to be desired, but they are big and their bigs are good. They got Tim Duncan, DeAndre Ayton, Al Horford, Pat Ewing. Those are all bona fide all-star level players. Pat Ewing, Tim Duncan, Hall of Famers, Cat and Al Horford, all stars. DeAndre Ayton, he gonna try his best. So
Hmm.
they got that down pat. Excuse me.
Listen.
But the guards leave a lot to be desired for sure.
Hmm.
But then I look at the others, and I feel like it's pretty much the same. They got Yao, they got uh Shingun, AK-47. Those are great players. But then Ben Simmons, Patty Mills, they good. Denny Ivy is going to be really good too.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It's up to you. Do you believe the Islanders are worse?
I think because if because remember this is team now. It's not just about the accolades and stuff. And so I think as a team, and now, mind you, you understand better than I do the cultural differences of people having beef and everything. If we put that aside,
Yeah,
with the others, and we're just talking strictly basketball, we hear
they
the
gonna
hoop.
hoop. Yeah,
You feel me? So that's why I feel like it's not gonna be the sexiest name, But like, bro, you coming out with 6'10" Ben Simmons, 6'10" Turk, 6'9", 6'10" AK-47, Sengun 6'10", Yao 7'5", 7'6", however tall he was. Josh Giddey coming off the bench, Joe Ingles, Bogut coming off the bench for defense, Denny Ivey, Patty. That's a solid team. So team wise, it's not the sexiest names, but then you like, hold on, that's what you have to roll out and compete against. I think they're probably like, without looking at the other names, I see them as being like a sixth seed, maybe. Not great, but not the bottom bunch either. More middle of the
Okay,
pack that can upset.
okay. Now you can say no.
Hmm.
I'm gonna run somebody. What if we just rank them by the team with the most Hall of Famers or players we believe will be in the Hall of Fame to make it easy? Because right now we just speculate who we think is better, and then later we gonna make them compete anyway. How about we just
Hmm.
rank them by like, all right, who got the most Hall of Famers or players believed to be going to the Hall of Fame, and just let that rank them however it goes. So that way we can go into the next episode with a little more of a unbiased opinion.
Okay, okay. I think that's fair. So,
Okay. So by that logic, obviously we are still number one because every one of our players is going to be Hall of Famers. The white Americans will be number two by that logic because all of the players on their list are Hall of Famers already. Because we didn't
mhm,
take many current players anyway, so they're going to be number two.
okay.
I'm thinking the mixed guys or the Europeans going to be 2, 3, 4. Because the mixed guys got Steph, Clay, Jason Kidd, Jason Tatum, Blake Griffin. They're all probably Hall of Fame. Devin Booker is going to be he's gonna be, he could get in. He got enough all stars and whatnot. He gonna have all the Suns scoring records for what that means to you. Jakeem Noah probably gonna get in. So that's I said Curry, Clay, J Kidd, Jason Tatum, Blake Griffin. That's five. Jakeem Noah, that's six. We're not gonna count D Book or Aaron Gordon or MPJ because they're not guaranteed as of right now. So they got six.
Hmm.
The Western Europeans, Tony Parker is in, Luca gonna get in, Ginobili. I'm looking at the wrong team.
I
Luca
say you
gonna
mix
get
them
in.
together.
Yeah, my fault. Uh, the Western Europeans, Tony getting in. Whitby, we don't know yet, so I won't count him. We believe he'll probably be a Hall of Famer, but we don't know yet. Tony Parker, uh, Lord Markkinen, no, not guaranteed. Nick Batum, not guaranteed. Dirk is in. Ben Gordon is Ben Gordon in the Hall of Fame?
No.
Nah. Giannis is going to get in. Mark and Power are going to get in. Ricky Rubio probably not. So they got
Yeah,
five.
Western Europe's looking at 5.
So the mix got six. So they over them.
Hmm.
Eastern Europeans. Luca is going to get in. Jokic is going to get in. Tony Kukoc is in. He's already in there. Uh, Vlade Divac is also in. Pedro Stojakovic is in. I want to say.
Divac is not on one of our teams though.
Oh dang! My fault. Forgot we didn't take Vlade. I kept him in there. All right.
Is
Jokic,
Drazen Petrovic Hall of Famer?
let's see.
Let's see if Page is too.
Was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2002.
Petrovic was?
Petrovic was. So Jokic, Doncic, Petrovic, Kukoc, all in the Hall of Fame. Uh, we said Pedro Stojakovic in the Hall of Fame.
He's not in our Hall of Fame, but he is in the FIBA Hall of Fame.
I won't count it because they
Yeah, I
all
mean,
probably are. All these
yeah.
guys probably are. So that's not. We won't count it. So that's four. Bogdanovich, I wouldn't say is guaranteed. Sabonis, I'm not going to say is guaranteed either. Ilgauskas is not. Goran Dragic is not. So they got four. So right now the mixed guys are three. The Western Euros are four. Eastern Euros are five. The Islanders only got Pat Ewing, Tim Duncan, who are Hall of Fame. None of these other guys are guaranteed to be Hall of Famers. I'm not gonna say Al Horford and Cat are guaranteed. So right now they only got two. The others, I'm skipping over the Africans. They probably got the most. Dream Hall of Fame, and B is going to be Hall of Fame. He's got an MVP. Siakam, do you feel like Siakam is guaranteed? Probably not, right? If they would have won that championship this year, I mean, with the Pacers last year, I would have said yes. But since they didn't, I'm gonna say no. Not right now.
Yeah. I won't say guaranteed, but I think he has a strong chance of getting in. So for the
He
sake of
does.
this thing, we'll say no.
All right, so Dream and B, Luol Deng, no, Ibaka, no, Matumbo is in, Kaminga, no, Josh Okogie, no, Bobo, no, Emmanuel Moody, no. So they got three. So they got
Mhm.
more than the Islanders. So right, and Canada got a lot too. So Steve Nash and then SGA is going to get in. Jamal Murray, I don't feel is guaranteed as of right now. Lou Dort saying Dylan Brooks, no, Tristan Thompson, no, Kelly Olynyk, no, Andrew Wiggins, no, Zach Edey, no, Ben Mathurin, no. So they got two. Okay, so this sorted itself out pretty good. So first is Black Americans. Second, with the next most Hall of Famers is White Americans. Third is going to be Mixed Americans. Fourth is going to be the Western Europeans.
Mhm.
Fifth is going to be the Eastern Europeans.
Mhm.
Sixth is going to be the Canadians. They had two Hall of Famers. And the Africans and the Africans, the Islanders, and the Canadians all had two.
So hold
So
on, you
that's
said no Africans got 3 because you said Dream, Matumbo, and Embiid. So Africa,
oh, I'm sorry. So Africa's third. I mean Africa's fifth. I don't know why I said third. Canadians got two. Islanders got two.
how many did? Hold on, each got 3. So yeah, they're fifth. 6 will be Africa, and then Canada 7, and then Islands is 8, and then others. Y'all's in the Hall of Fame, and that's it. So
That's it. They got one.
others.
It's nine.
So between Islands and Canada,
They both got two.
honestly, I want to go Islands above them because I think they have the best player with Dream. So I will take them with the 9 over Canada just for that, just to give it more
You mean
objectivity.
over Tim Duncan? You say Islands and Canada. They both have two. Africa has three.
Oh yeah, my bad, Duncan. Yeah,
So Tim Duncan over Steve
Tim Duncan,
Nash.
the Islands over Steve Nash and Canada. Yeah.
Okay, so we got So the Black Americans are one. The White
Mhm.
Americans are two. The Mixed Americans are three. The Western Euros are four.
Mhm.
The Eastern Euros are five.
Mhm.
That makes the Africans six.
Mhm.
We put the Islanders seven.
Mhm.
The Canadians eight.
Yep.
The others are nine.
Yep.
And South America will be the 10th seed.
That's it.
Good luck to all those involved. We wish you the best. May the best team win. And the worst team will be losing fairly soon, I feel like.
All right. So that's a wrap, man. Next episode y'all get from us following this series will be the tournament. We're going to go through the matchups. Obviously, well, not obviously, but we're going to have the first 2 teams get a bye. So there'll be a Black Americans, White Americans get a bye. Then we'll go tournament style with team mix through team South America, 3 through 10, duking it out to compete to see who will actually finish out to be Final Four or the conference finals, if you will. And then duke it out to get to the final 2, which would be the championship, to see who is the ultimate Olympic winners. So this is we're nearing the end, man. Starting to knock it down. So anything you want to say
Let's,
before we wrap it up, man?
no, man, I appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. Personally, I'm rooting for Africa. Oh, it's good. Mumbai, Oscar, Mumbai. I'm rocking with the Wonderland. Let's do it. Dream taking us all the way. I just hope we on the opposite side of the bracket is Black America. But I'm rooting for Africa all the way, man. I'm rooting for the motherland. I was rooting for South Sudan in the Olympics until they played America. So that I'm on the same tight time.
Yeah. So all right, man. This is it. After this, it's tournament time. We'll break down the rankings and how the tournament's gonna go and everything and the rules that we set in place for the games next episode. So that's it, man. I did not expect Rubio versus Schroeder to take up so much time, but it did,
But
surprisingly.
it did.
That's it, man. Appreciate y'all for watching. Appreciate y'all for listening. Make sure you subscribe. See y'all next episode.